My bucket list is probably 40 pages long, so if I didn't start chucking off with it now, then it wouldn't happen in the last few years of my life.
Meet David Graziano, a successful New York club designer who left the Big Apple for Tulum, Mexico in search of sandy beaches and creative inspiration.
It just rang with me from the minute my feet hit this beautiful powdered white sand. This is a special beach.
Now, David has left the stress of New York behind him forever to build his own beachside retreat and start a whole new life in paradise.
13 years in the city, you're ready for change. And Tulum is the quintessential opposite of New York City. The plan was to build a hotel that would capture people's imagination.
Jeez. Was it a struggle initially when you came down here and started construction, the fact that you didn't speak Spanish?
Absolutely. I had a contractor that ripped me off for about $80,000. I remember starting to think that I wasn't going to have enough of a hotel that could accommodate people. This is the spot where I come when I really need to just let go. I would watch the sunset and it would take with it all the stress of my day. To me, a how is like in its infant stages.
Oh. So what's it like raising your little girl in paradise?
I love it. I wake up every morning and, I pinch myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're here in Tulum, Mexico to meet David Graziano, an industrial engineer who escaped the Big Apple for sandy beaches and easy living. David, tired of designing restaurants and clubs for others, moved down here to open up his own resort, and with the help of his girlfriend, built a beautiful spot on the Caribbean Sea for everybody to enjoy. Now a father, this expat is living the life by using the skills he learned in the past to make his dreams a reality in the present. So let's go in and see what he's created. Hi, are you David?
Yes.
I'm Savannah.
Hi, Savannah. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's busy around here.
These are the additional 4 units we've been trying to finish since we've opened. So we shut the hotel down for a week, and I've got probably 30 guys here trying to make it happen. And actually, that you're here, we could use an extra hand. Come on.
I know what's coming now.
Come on,
I'm
come
in.
on.
I'm in.
We're actually making a wood floor right now for these 2 bottom units. Each board is individually stained like 3 times, painted, sanded, and then installed.
So are you super involved in this whole building process?
If I'm not doing this part, I'm not really fully enjoying it.
Right.
So I'm a very hands-on person. My name is David Graziano. I just turned 42. Born in California, Los Angeles, but grew up in South Florida. I designed my first nightclub when I was 25 years old. It was called the Blue Room. It was a huge success, but I had an itch to do more. I needed a great change. So when I turned 28, sold my business, jumped in my car, and drove to New York.
He wanted to be a successful designer, and he felt that you would never really be successful unless you could make it in New York.
You got it, you got it.
For me, I was going, wow, you're a success here. I'm going to New York, gave up everything.
By tomorrow, we're gonna screw these boards down, and once they're all installed, we're gonna go over it with a varnish. You'll end up with a piece that looks like this.
It's so beautiful.
That's
Looks
it.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm inspired.
We'll come back to this later, and in the meantime, there's some amazing stuff on the property I'd like to show you.
Yeah,
All right?
let's take a look around. I will gladly sand every board in this place if I could live here.
Yeah, this room is all about the bed, right?
my
So we get the most comfortable mattress that human beings have ever made, and we center it perfectly in view so you get the sunrise and the ocean.
Were you a hotel designer before you came down? How'd you get down here?
I mean, I designed a few hotels, city hotels. To me, it was very similar to what I was doing in New York, just different types of materials and a different location.
And what were you doing in New York?
In short, I was going there to be an artist. I met a guy named Lionel O'Hayan, who was the owner of a company called I Crave Design. We had a mutual friend that was building a very large nightclub called Deep, 20,000 square foot nightclub, lounge, restaurant concept. And after that project finished, I was instantly a hospitality designer in New York City.
So the first one went well.
Yeah, very, very well. Very well. I was never without a day without work after that job. You know,
Amazing.
so, yeah. 3-4 years later, started my own business called Sky Studio Designs. We designed Pink Elephant, Kiss and Fly. We did RDV and Bagatelle. All 4 of those brands were exceptional. There's a feeling it gives you when you see somebody react positively to something you do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Jeez.
Many people come here to stay in this room. What I find is they never leave the deck.
And how long again have you been working on this?
It broke ground September 15, 2011 and opened on Christmas. And ever since we've opened, we've been working on it.
Tell me a little bit more about your background in New York and how you ended up down here.
Well, that was probably the nightclub business, not the design business. I was around a lot of greed and a lot of ego, and I was in court a lot, fighting for things that I worked really hard for. I was looking where my career was going and the new project I was taking on, and I wasn't liking what I was seeing. There was many times where I was with people that I cared about and also thought were very close friends of mine that were bleeding me.
There were always problems. There was one person was always suing someone else, and this one was suing that one, and you know, that's a very tough business to be in.
I remember thinking to myself, is this what it's going to look like at the top of my goal? I told myself no. I just needed a change of environment, not just from the city, but I needed to change the people that I was surrounding myself with.
And so you came to Tulum.
Tulum. A friend of mine brought me to Tulum to look at a piece of land. I had never heard of it, had never really been to this part of Mexico. It just rang with me from the minute my feet hit this beautiful powdered white sand. This is a special beach. I felt this simplicity that I never felt anywhere before it. If I was going to make the change to simplifying, Tulum was going to be the destination.
He just called me up and he said, "Oh, Mom, I'm selling everything. I'm getting out. I don't want the stress anymore. It's going to kill me." He was turning 40. I thought it was a midlife crisis.
It felt so right that that day I felt this huge lift come off my shoulders. It's just all of a sudden I could breathe again.
What's it like moving from the big city to a little beach town?
For me, it was exactly what I needed. You know, 13 years in the city, you're ready for change. So I was looking for exact opposite. And Tulum is, I think, the quintessential opposite of New York City. The biggest difference between New York and Tulum is speed. From how fast you walk, how fast your car drives, how fast you're going to get served. Anything that has to do with speed is completely different than New York.
So how's your Spanish going down here?
Actually, in the category of construction, muy bien. I can probably get by here.
Right.
But if I had to converse outside, like in a conversation with somebody, I'd be shy. Necesito brochas, un chicas, un mediano, and un grande. No, dos cuatro. Dos estas, por favor, sí.
Was it a struggle initially when you came down here and started construction, the fact that you didn't speak Spanish?
Absolutely. You know, at first I had a lot of good sign language, you know, hammer, and we made noises. I'd be like, "Do you have that?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, see." Chainsaw, I'd be like, "Wah!" And you go, okay. So that part was actually probably my best Spanish lesson. Was because I was forced. It was either learn those words or, you know, not get the stuff done in the time you need to get done. So it was really important. When I started to build a house, I had 2 really good construction crews and 2 really bad ones. And the bad ones were bad. I probably lost $80,000 in those 2 contractors. And by the time we got to the point where I realized I couldn't use them anymore, I said, "Can you bring my materials that I gave you money to buy?" He's like, "I didn't buy the materials." So not only did you not finish my unit, but you didn't even buy the materials. I couldn't say, "Hey, you know what, you're fired. Hey, let me go find another guy." But I was like, I gotta open up on Christmas. I already sold the whole hotel out. I'm going with what I got. I gotta make this happen. The last 3 weeks, I had run out of money. I mean, I went through everything that I had. I couldn't stop. I can't go, hey, this is the money I have to eat, but I'm not gonna finish everything, 90% of it I just poured my life into. I just said, here, take it. Here, credit card, credit card, credit card. I remember starting to think that I wasn't gonna be able to have enough of a hotel that could accommodate people. That throws you back a little bit and takes, you know, oh my God, the dreamy excitement, and brings you down to a little bit of a reality check. You still go forward if you believe.
Why'd you build your water tower so tall?
Well, you know, the higher the water, the better the water pressure, because it works off gravity. This is the spot where I come when I really need to, like, just let go. I would watch the sunset, and it would take with it all the stress of my day.
Now that you've been open a year, has the stress melted away a little bit?
Absolutely, I know. I mean,
Are you at least having a little fun now?
I'm having a blast. I wake up every morning and, you know, I pinch myself.
So the dream is real. It takes a little work to get there,
real,
but
total real. I never had a problem with all my projects where I thought I wasn't going to make a deadline. This was the first time that I was in that position. It was all new experience for me. So what I had to do is I had to shift the issues I was addressing. I gave everybody who came here complimentary 3 nights to come back at any time of the year. Brought the prices down much lower. Free alcohol. I was like,
that helps.
you know, get them drunk. They won't care about anything. They'll sleep on the beach. They won't even need the room. To me, a how is in its infant stages. I'm still pinning the diapers on a how.
So what's it like raising your little girl on the beach in paradise?
I love it.
I felt that Tulum is an incredibly inspiring place to raise a child.
This is where he wants to stay. He's very happy. It's a simple life. It's a healthy life.
The center of where the happiness is coming from is more real in Tulum.